Looking for the next super simple step to make your Ren'Py game look less like a template and more like your game? Then let's check out how to change the look of the dialog box. You'll need the following: an idea for your design, an image editing software like Photoshop, Affinity Photo or similar, and a happy mood. That's a Swedish saying. That didn't sound right in English, so moving on. The first thing we need to know is that everything that isn't part of a game's story, like dialogue, sprites, backgrounds, sound effects, and music is part of the game's graphical user interface, or GUI for short. So, if we want to change GUI elements, we go to the GUI folder via the shortcut in the Ren'Py launcher. In here, you'll find all the assets for the GUI. And look, here we have the textbox.png. If we right-click it, we will get a menu that will let us inspect its info. And here we'll find out the file's dimension. In this case, it's 1920 x 277 pixels. Great, let's go to the image editing software to use this info. I'm using Affinity Photo, but I think these steps will be quite similar on Photoshop or GIMP or any other editing software. Let's create a new file. And as you can see here in Affinity Photo, like a Swedish TV chef, I have an already prepared file, but I want to show you how I created one. I went over here and I used the dimensions we learned before, 1920 x 277, and then I pressed transparent background, and then I clicked plus to create a new custom preset. And here we now have our new file with the same dimensions as the textbox file. This checkered pattern here tells us that this is a transparent background, which is really good if you want the entire or parts of the text box to be transparent. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the game I'm working on for this tutorial. The epic game Legend of the Text Box. As you can see, it's a pirate themed game with our cool pirate here. And right now the text isn't readable, but that will be fixed when we switch from this template text box to our custom one. And since I think it would fit with the theme, I went to an image site like Pixabay and I downloaded a paper texture. And then I dragged and dropped the texture in the file. And I used a marker arrow to just change its position to fit the image. And with the layer selected, I changed the opacity to about 80. Now it's time to export this file as a PNG file. And make sure to name this file textbox. And let's reopen the GUI folder. And here you can see our template text box. And let's create a new folder to store it. And we'll call it template GUI, so we can keep it just in case. But then we'll move this template textbox PNG into the folder and drag and drop our new custom textbox in the GUI folder. And now let's relaunch the game. And voila! Here you can see our game now with a custom text box, and this makes our game look much more like our own game and much less like a template game. Thanks for watching, and please press the like button if you learned something, and please comment if you have any questions, and don't be afraid to just say hi. Anyway guys, thanks again, I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!